Hello everybody, how are we doing? I hope you're all doing very well. My name is Braden, you're watching 737 Sim Pilot. Today we'll be operating as United Flight 1833, non-stop service from Boston, Logan International to Newark, Liberty International, and Newark, New Jersey. We are currently here in the United 737-900 Continental Airlines Heritage livery. Let's go ahead and get into the cockpit and get started. Going over first things first. For November 69830. Wrong aircraft. Let me just check some briefly quickly. And I think I switched my livery. 1 second, guys.
Truck is in position.
Edit.
Don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
There we go. Now we have the right aircraft. And we're going to go ahead and pre-file VATSIM. Alright, we are connected. Back in the cockpit we go. November 75435. November 75435 is checked. And we have the ship set bag is stowed. We're going to go to the battery switch. We have ample voltage, and we do have the ground power. Gears down 3 green, parking brake is set, and electric hydraulic pumps are off. Ground power on. Alright, safety checks. Ignition show light on. Over circuit breakers on the right side are good. Circuit breakers on the left side are good. Manual gear extension door is guarded. Emergency escape ropes 1 and 2 are on board. Oxygen masks 1 and 2 and 3 are on board. Headsets 1, 2, and 3 are on board. The crash axe is on board. The fire bottle pressure is in the green band. And we do have the fuel phase, the fume HUD. Fume HUD is on board, and our protective PBE. Life vests 1 and 2 are undisturbed, and the third life vest is checked, looking good. And finally, gear pins and then logbook is on board and checked. Starting with the flow up top, we work our way left to right. First center fill will not remain. We will not have it on, as we shouldn't need it on. Engine reverse lights off. Engine control lights are off. Fire day passenger oxygen normal, just above 16. Test the oxygen. Good. Good. And slight drop. Off, off, off. Guarded. Tested, checked. 1, 2. Stall warning test. It should work, but it says in the documents that it doesn't work. You have to wait 5 minutes, but in real life it does work, but it's okay. Damper on. Checked. And I believe I just heard the FO come in, so we will lights on. Parking brake is set. Pumps on. Pumps on. All are on auto, aft and forward. That's checked. Right for the first flight of the day. We observed all 4 come on. That's checked. Green light. Cabin altitude pressure is good. Auto trim air off. Supply duct forward and aft. About 65, 70 degrees. Looking good. Ram doors full open. Let's check. APB off. Packs are off. That is good and expected. We're going to be cruising at 18,000 today. Level 180. Landing elevation of 17 feet. Checked. Coming down. Acceleration altitude 817. Current weather is winds are 0, 9 or 0 at 10. In miles, 10 sector miles visibility. Few clouds 1,800. Overcast 4,100. Number 17, dew point 10. Altimeter 3022. Set. Quick. Data. I'll wait to set the rest of that for a bit. Taking the PATS 7 departure. Cleared up to 5,000 feet. And we're going to depart, since we're taking runway 4 right, we're going to depart on a heading of 35. Set, 125 bank. Flight director is 1-2 on. Now I switch over to the FO side. Pressure's in the green arc, gears down 3 green. Geo, news to be, light goes out, that's checked. 1616 is valid. 88, 90, 29, 50, 29, 60. Both are valid and checked. We have a reverser door that open. Why you do the walk around? Hold on. Sorry, my hardware a little messed up. Those reverser lights. Wow. Checked. Yeah, sorry about that. My hardware was a little messed up. We're just about to get to that part. Goes down 3 green. Alright. Coming across. Seating time's valid. Things look normal. Lights not gonna touch. All are guarded. Test, we can't test that right now. Flaps are up at 0. Idle, no reverse. Stab trim cut off. Cut off. Test fire. Good. Stand by. Today we're squawking 7 0 7 2 0 and zeroed. Coming up, we're gonna be 122 or 121.5. Communicating on. I'll fix that in just a second, and the rest is good. So in case we do decide to return to Boston, the best runway to take will be, because of the winds, we're going to take 4 right, ILS 1103, and turn. Looks good. Alright, come back over to the captain's side, moving across. Laser on normal, test. All of the lights. The lights are checked. Date and time is looking good. Coming back over. Altimeter is 3022. There we go, VOR checked. Lights are all good. I'm down FMC 737-900 ER blend inlet, entering 27K. Iraq is valid. We are at Boston. I'm not gonna enter the gate because it doesn't take it. Breathe. Boston, Newark. Select the route. Fuel truck coming. Okay. Fuel truck has completed. I don't remember seeing them come. And we will request catering.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Alright, FO is done with his walk around. Wheel well lights will come off. We're requesting the catering. Activate. Okay, today we're departing runway 09. That's not what we have in our heading bug. Runway 09, we're departing on a heading of 92. Perfect. 09 for the Pats. Taking ILS 4 right to transition Kilma, and the Flossie 4 transition Nelly. Yep, and then vectors to Kilma. Good. So we're gonna go Boston 25, and we're gonna program Newark since it's a short flight. And the approach plate is going to be doing alright, that is entered and checked. Coming back up, we're going to request a perf minute for United SOP. And block fuel 13.4 is what I decided on. 13.4, and that is what's loaded. Checked 128.7 is valid. Reserves 4.9 is valid. Cost index 71. Cruising 180. Cruise winds are 251.28. Position 02. Boom. Give you flap 5 departure, center gravity is checked, and the runway winds are 090 at 10 with a runway slope of -0.03. Alright, speed brake is in the down T10 and checked. Spring brake is set. Coming down, we're going to set Boston CTAF. We're going to set the Boston CTAF, which is the boss. So we're going to set 128.8. .8 in the standby frequency. In case you decide to return, we're going to go to 110.3. PA. That's checked. Looking good. Coming back up, we're going to do the takeoff. Start with the landing dispatch. Go for Newark Liberty International. Landing 4 right and port the weather. And we will leave out to land with a VRF 154. Okay, 56. Big TO. Looks good. 91. 52. That can be adjusted. Not too far off. 142, 142, 148. That is checked and looking good. Alright. That's checked. So V2 is 148 today. 48. Are armed. I don't have VNAV. Let's go ahead and start looking at our charts. Departure. And now we're to the point. Let's go ahead and let's get our pre-flight checklist done. While they finish up catering. Pre-flight checklist. Flight attendant pilot briefing is done. Flight deck windows 1 and 2 locked. Oxygen was tested 100%. RS sectors nav and aligned. Hydraulic system is on. Pressurization is 1800 and auto. Auto throttle is armed. Remote control panel 148, 92, and 5000 is set. Altimeter flight instruments 817, 3022, 3022, 817. Perfect. Ground proximity is guarded. We'll test it in just a minute. And speed brake lever is in the down detent. Parking brake is set. Start lever is cut off. Transponder on standby. And log and key checked. Alright. Path 7. Bossy 4. Approach. 4 right. An airport. Alright, now that we have those all pinned, let's go ahead and finish this. We'll get the GPWS test running.
Glide slow. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
Boarding requested.
Alright, and TCAS test.
TCAS test. Pass.
Alright, so for our departure today, nobody. I literally have to fight GSX. Alright, so for our departure today, we're going to pushback facing the left. We'll take Alpha to Bravo, and then Bravo to Kilo, then we'll get on Mike. And we'll get on at 09. So let's make sure in our takeoff calculation, we take off 155 feet. So let's just take 7,000 flat. 7,000. Okay. Here, 53. Zoom time, sorry, 53. Speeds 142, 142. Perfect. Not a big deal. GSX loves to mess with my weights, so I'm just making sure everything is right. And it is. Alright, and for the pushback today, finish up with this really quickly. So we're going to be going to hotspot 3. Maintain vigilance on Echo and Kilo when approaching 4 left and 2 right. Okay. We'll keep that in mind. And then our next chart, so for our departure, we're taking the path 7. So we're departing on way 09. I'm heading 92 to 520, then direct claw at or above 4,000. Checked. And then at or below 250 knots. Alright, that is checked. And then on depicted route, the Pats. So we go to Claw, Fenway, Gillett, and then Weymouth, Dedham, and the Pats. The approach, the highest MSA is 2,500, and that is checked. Looks good. Very short flights. Let's go to our star, Flossie 4. We're taking the Nelly transition. Yep, so we're going direct Pats to Nelly. So Nelly, expect below 16,000. Um, 6,000 in Washington. Then Flossie, Crane, Yeah, let's change our cruise to 16,000. Comply with the restriction. Oh, 16,000 is set. And then at crank, $7,000. No other restrictions. The MSA is 3,000 feet. I didn't mean to do that. You go out, go approach. Let's go ahead and pre-select the ILS at 108.7 and 108.7 set. We already have the waypoints in. Do not exceed until 210 knots until EPI on missed approach. Climb to 560 feet, then climbing right turn 2,000, direct 90, then left turn track 015 to EPI at 2,000, climbing left turn 3,000, track 313 to flyers. Alright, and actually erase this to Teterboro. Yeah. Radar required, circling to fire. That's main outer above VGSI glide path to threshold, VGSI and ILS glide path not provided, VGSI angle 2.871 feet. I'll start and Poppy left. Poppy L1 for left. Excuse me. We do have Pappies to the left and Alpha F. Minimum 7 and 5 degrees. Perfect, looking good. That is checked. Remember, the Boston chart up. Alright, so for the departure briefing. For our departure today, the biggest threat I see is going to be Hotspot 3. We're going to have to maintain constant vigilance on Echo and Kilo and approaching 4 left and 22 right. Taking runway 9, it's 7,000 feet long. That shouldn't be an issue. The winds currently here in Boston are 090 at 10 sector miles visibility, few clouds, 20,000, forecast, sorry, at 1,800 and forecast at 4,100. Other than that, threats, it's just a short flight, a lot of traffic in the Newark area, so we're going to have to be on our A game. In case we do decide to come to a stop, we will disconnect the autothrottle, I'll full thrust idle, apply max manual braking, apply reverse, and I'll manually pull the speed brake up. I'll confirm we're slowing down, I'll call 185.625, and once you come to stop, I'll set the parking brake. Alright, perfect. And if we decide to evacuate, I will call evacuate. I pull the cockpit voice recorder and the flight recorder, and I will turn on the emergency exit lights. We will cut down the engine, we'll cut off the engines, we will cut all hydraulics and fuel, disconnect the IDGs, and then run if we can ensure everybody gets off, or we can escape through the cockpit windows. Other than that, do you have any other questions, comments, or concerns? Yes, the only other threat I see, we do have bird activity in the vicinity, but that shouldn't be too much of a factor. Alright, great point. Thanks for bringing that up. Alright, I think we're about 10 minutes out to departure. Let's go ahead and get the APU started. Please request disconnect of air conditioning unit. Requesting this APU. Sorry, PCA disconnect. And cargo doors are closing. Got the little truck out here. I don't know if you guys know, but this is probably my favorite livery in the game. Just awesome little livery. Alright, let's do a little step through. Alright, looking good. V-pilot. Alright, air conditioning unit's been disconnected. Forward fuel pump on. This APU started. I want to hear what it sounds like in the cockpit. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty quiet. I just installed the FT-Sim sound pack for the 7.3, so wow. Sounds really good. There we go. Power disconnect. Trimmer switch is off. You can see a little decrease in cabin temp, but it is very pleasant. Final thing to do in the FMC, we get the cruise wind uploaded. Here's Newark Center is online, but we cannot get V-pilot to open. So today I think I'll hand fly her up to cruise altitude 16,000, and we'll engage the autopilot, and then we'll hand fly the entire approach. Yeah, that will be the plan today. Pretty big gap in the jetway. I mean, this is about like I'm about this tall in life. And now I gotta duck down to get into the cockpit. That's the cabin in the cockpit. Alright, V-pilot's not gonna work. That's okay though. Boarding just completed. The door is closed. Closing entry doors. Alright, let's get ready to give the passenger PA. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain Figure for Flight Deck. This is the United Flight 1833 and also service from Boston to Newark. Flight time today will be 56 minutes, cruising at 16,000 feet. It'd be pretty bumpy getting out of Boston, so we're gonna ask you please keep those seatbelts on as easy as far, and then we'll probably take them off later on. We won't be able to get a cabin service out to you. It's a very short flight. We do apologize. It is for our safety. Thank you very much for flying with United. We hope you enjoy your flight. Alright, I think that was a pretty good PA. Passengers have no clue what I said. That's the goal. I'm kidding. But go ahead and get that jetway disconnected. Get the collision light on. Fuel 13.4 is checked. Pumps on. Dogs are checked. Seatbelt sign is on. Alright, before push check. Seatbelt sign is on. Checked. Fuel required 13.4. 13.4 on board. Fuel pumps aft and forward on, and doors are all closed. Before push checklist. Boston Ground United 1833 gonna be pushed back from the gates. Gonna be facing to the left on Alpha. Alright guys, 1 second, let me use the restroom.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear. Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Sorry about that. I am back. I would say I haven't really seen that before. This new architectural design. Can't start engines, we're out of the box. And right about here, on cockpit, you are clear to start your engines. Starting engines. Right FO, we're starting number 2 first. Oil pressure. Adding fuel 2. Alright, that's a good start. Number 2, split pack procedure. Starting 1.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set. Oil pressure. Adding fuel 1.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected.
Good start on one.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Thank you. Recall is checked. RTO. Up 5. Rim 4.19. All right. Neutral. Left. Right. Neutral. Right. Left. Oh. All right, that is checked. Looking good. All right, after start checklist. After start, generators 1, 2 on, probe beats on, anti-ice not needed, recall was checked, auto brake RTO set 5 checked, FMC is done, takeoff speeds 141, 141, 148, 141, 141, 148, and that is checked. Trim 4.19, set 1, 0 set, and 0 set. And flight controls were checked, APU switches off. Today, alright. Boston Ground United 1833 gonna be taxiing via Alpha to Bravo. Sorry, Alpha to Kilo, then crossing runway 4 left at Kilo, then taking Mike to get on runway 9 at Mike, Boston traffic. Alright, that is checked, looking good. Taxi light on, flight attendant timed, park brakes release, throttle up to no more than 45%. Clear left, clear right. This isn't our turn, it's the next one. I thought it was our turn for a second. I was like, oh, a little quick, gotta do something. Alright, because we're going to be entering an active runway environment. Let's go ahead and get terrain on. Traffic's already on. Weather radar on. Gas TARA, checked. And both sides. Strobe light on. Wing light on. Turn off lights on. Boston traffic, United 1833, crossing 4 left. Boston traffic. Clear to the left. And clear to the right. Give her some juice so we can keep moving. The juice is loose. Alright, this is our turn. Clear left, clear right. This is our turn up here. Rest idle, no more than 10 miles an hour. Up turns. Clear to the right. Boston traffic, United 1833, holding short of runway 9 at Mike. Boston traffic, runway 9 is confirmed, and we will hold short at 9. I'll get the lights off. Bring brake set. For takeoff. For takeoff checklist. Recall is checked. Departure briefing is done. Departure announcement. Non-pressurization. air conditioning, pressurization is set. Our switches are auto, flaps planned is 5, and flap 5 is indicated green light, and transponder is on TARA. 9 is verified. We're clear on the approach, we're clear on the departure. Boston traffic, United 1833 taking off runway 9, Boston traffic. Since it's somewhat, well, yeah, since somewhat reduced visibility, get taxi light off, and we'll get tractable lights off, and we will depart as is. I'll disconnect. Get a little overzealous on the got a tad bit overzealous, but it's okay. We have corrected it, and make our turn. No more than 6 knots in PNDG for your alignments. Don't turn very well if you're going faster. Now, if you want to use max, you need to really use all the runway. Then you want to use, I'm going to go 3 knots. But she should have turned harder, but that's okay. Takeoff thrust set. Knots checked. Is it ready to climb? Gear up. Oh no. Reading 1, speed checked. Brake off, gear off, up, no lights, gear off. And speed VM 737, flaps up, checked. And flaps up, no lights. Speed 250. And pitching up for 250. And after takeoff checklist, please. Little bumps up here. For takeoff checklist, gears up, no lights, and auto brake is, sorry, flaps are up, no lights, auto brake off, and pressurization is checked. Leveling off 5,000. 4,500, 5,000. Let's go flight level change, level change, altitude hold. I'll hold 5,000. Yeah, let's keep her to VNAV. Yeah, altitude intervention. I want to maintain 5,000 feet. No more than 25 degrees of bank. United 1833, you're cleared climb to flight level. 16,000. Clear climb 16,000. United 1833. On 6,000. Altitude intervention. I'm away. Keep the right turn going at 25 degrees. Let's get a new magenta line and new magenta line. Come on, there you are. Make sure we're decently stabilized. No real need for anything above 25. And that's gonna be 10,000. Keep the and pressurization is checked. New magenta line. Pretty turbulent right through. Just going through this little layer of turbulence. Yeah, see, it's smoothed out again. And we're 15,000 for 16,000. Checked. Once we level off, I'll get the autopilot on. That we can start preparing for our let's go speed 6.4. Well, we can go 6.5, but let's not go much faster since we need to oh yeah, that's true, we didn't even go through. Yeah. Alright, we'll go Command A. And since we're going through this little layer, let's just get all the lights on. Okay, perfect. So switch over the ILS frequencies. We're going to tune 39 over here. Set. The speed. No, see, still that's a problem. Yeah. Speed 6.5. Because if we're going to hit turbulence, it's pretty easy to overspeed the plane like that. Okay, let's go ahead and check our go around. 210. Yes, let's check. Looks good. Minimum's 211. That's no good. Alright, 211 is set. And checked. Once we, alright, so looking for the approach. Once we come in 4 right, I expect I want to try to stop around Juliet. I'll take Juliet to then Alpha. And we'll take Alpha all the way down to Alpha 10, and then we'll park at the Alpha gates. Is checked, looking good. Alright, altimeter 3023, 3023. Set. Okay, let's get new cruise winds just to get the most accurate fuel data upon landing. Alright, altitude down to 2800. That's checked, looks good. I guess we're gonna keep the bulbs on the entire duration of the flight since we're gonna be below 180 majority of the flight. Ready? Give me 1 second. We are all ready for the approach today. Just have to do the final checks. Remember, winds are done. Altimeter 3017. Entered. Yep. Let's go ahead and get that in. 3017. Alright, that is checked. Okay, approach. We're going to be 7.6 tons. And we have 9.5. And crosswind correction will add, we'll go 7 knots. Sorry, not crosswind correction. Wind correction. You don't have to add for crosswind. But we're accounting for the crosswind and headwind a little bit because it has appeared winds haven't really been stable across the METARs throughout this morning. Well, let's get the weights in. 145, and we have 146, 145. That's checked. Looks good. We have plenty of stopping room. Can we use our brake 2? Nah, it's too long. Newark, we're moving in and out too quick. Auto brake 2. Or sorry, 3. Alright, approach. Recall checked. Alright, approach descent checklist. Pressurization 0 is set. Recall is checked. Reference speeds 139 is checked. And landing distance, auto brake 3. Landing distance 5,418 feet. And arrival briefing is done. Altimeter. And line altimeters are checked. Approach descent checklist complete. Ladies and gentlemen, from Flight Deck, this is Captain speaking. Very sorry we couldn't get those seatbelts off for you, but it is for your safety. We are about to begin our descent into Newark, and we should be landing in about 29 minutes. Thank you very much for flying with United. We hope you enjoyed your flight. Okay, so our first restriction, remember, is going to be crank. We have to be at 7,000 feet. I love the topography over here with the photogrammetry. This looks awesome. Oh, we have a Concorde. Going to Reno. I don't know if I've ever seen a Concorde do that flight. Huh. This FT Sim sound pack is just awesome. Urban sounds so much better. Amazing. Are you about to begin our descent? Altitude 2,800 checked. And I'm going to disconnect the autopilot and hand flyer in once we get to Filbo. Because we're going... yeah, because Hoke here is last waypoint. A little bumpy. Not too bad, just a little bumps here and there. Sorry guys, I hit it a little hard, I had to sneeze. Try not to give you guys sneezing right into your ear. I absolutely smashed the microphone by doing so. Yes, that was the Hudson we just crossed. This is the Hudson. Famous river, synonymous with Sully Sullenberg. And his first officer executed a perfect emergency landing. Saved many lives. It was great success. Remember, we're going to be at 7,000 by crank, and we're going to comply with that just fine. Man, she's slowing down perfectly right now. Wow, the speed brake sounds from 57 are just perfect. I hope you guys can hear them well. Lieutenant, how does the cabin look? Captain, the cabin looks wonderful. Thank you. Man, she looks good. Alright, passenger 10,000. Weather currently in Newark, winds 090 at 7, 10 sector miles, visibility, view clouds 2,800, broken 3,200, overcast 5,000. I don't see the overcast, but that's okay. And temperature 19, dew point 13, altimeter 3017. Being so close to Boston, the weather is quite different, in a way. Entering possible icing conditions, but we are safe from any threat of aforementioned icing. And we'll comply nicely with the crank restriction. United 1833, clear, continue descent past 7,000, descend via the arrival. And you are now cleared for the approach to join ILS 4 right. United 1833, clear to join the ILS 4 right, continuing descent via the arrival. Have to get that speed back up. Remember Filbo, we're gonna go autopilot, disconnect, or we may even go out as far as Sax. Yeah, let's do it. Before we turn into Sax, we'll get the autopilot off, just hand fly around, have some fun. Gotta keep the skill sharp. The only way to do that is by hand flying her. And since we have been cleared by the approach, let's get those turn off lights on. What else is checked? Alright, sorry about that. Just had to do a quick change act and put some shorts on. Well, now I see the overcast at 5,000. Weather must have rolled over on me. Or it's getting a little soupy out. Since it is like this, let's get the logo light on. And we'll wait for the taxi light, as that's the clear to land light. Looking good. For the approach, we're looking for India Echo Zulu Alpha. We're 10 miles out from Sachs. Our pilot disconnect. If you guys are still watching and you did enjoy this flight, if you'd like to show your appreciation, I have a buy me coffee link. A small donation would be greatly appreciated. If not, no worries, man. Times are tough. I get it. 100%. Skimming clouds right now. Sending at quite the low rate right now. That's just per the approach. Once you pass Hook here, we're gonna fly the Vector. I mean, it's just a left turn on the Kelma, basically. Another reason why I keep the auto throttle engaged is it cleans the workload a little bit. As single pilot flying, got a lot going on. I disengaged her about 1500 once I'm stabilized flop 30, so about 1,000 feet. I go auto throttle off. He's getting a little soupy out. Let's get the outbound turned down just a tiny bit. almost weird to fly this low of a descent rate. I mean, I've done it several times in a Newark. It's just typically I'm going down still 1,000, 2,000 feet per minute. Going into Totokan, I was doing 3,000 feet per minute this far out. How far out are we? 36 miles, not too bad. Fuel's looking good. We'll probably do, I think, 3 go-rounds. Probably on the third one, we need to make a decision. Well, really, second one, we need to make a decision. Hey, are we going to do this again, or stop? And the third one's going to be like, hey, we need to stop. We can't go around. We need to go to somewhere else. We can't land. Remember, final threats, birds and cranes in the vicinity. But that's no problem. Alright, India Echo Zulu Alpha is intercepted. So set heading of 39. Alright, approach checklist. Approach checklist. And back on. Okay, approach checklist. Start switches. Our auto altimeters are 3017. That is checked. Looking good. Radios, IZEA identified. Nav displays are set. And course selectors on 39. 39 checked. And heading selector on 39. That's checked, looking good. Our 10 miles out. It's perfect. Let's go ahead and start slowing down on the speed. The speed VM. Actually, I need heading still on 178 for right now. Descent rate 178. Because I'm gonna put her on heading mode. Just a second. Okay, we'll go down to 3,000 feet and we'll level off. Okay, I'm gonna take control. I'm gonna get off the VNAV for just a second. We'll go down to 3,000 and then level off. This is kind of the initial goal. Descending. Easily coming down on the descent rate. Not too hard. And heading direct Kilma. Direct to Kilma. Legs. Kilma. That. Now nav. Alright, back to the PFD we go. Don't climb on me. And down to 7,000. Select heading of 39, leveling off 3,000. Select heading 39 and altitude 17,000. Set and checked. Looks good. Alright, 3,000. Checked. Have ground contact. United 1833. You are clear to land number 1. Clear to land number 1, United 1833. You never get landing clearance south this far in Newark. Just unheard of. Well, maybe if you're coming in like 1 o'clock in the morning, long haul. At like 3 o'clock in the morning. Then maybe. No more than 25. We're intercepting VNAV again. Approach mode. And altimeter and weather is still good. Alright, localizer and captured 15.3 DME. That's checked. Remember, no lower than 2800. And 7.5 to FAP. Up 1 speed checked. A little excited there. You see that? Right, starting the left turn to intercept the glide slope. In 2800. Well established. Good. Down. Oh no, I didn't say climb. Trying to do too many things at once. Here we go. And 5. Yep, 25,000 for 17,000. Effect.
2,500.
Effect continue. Up 5 green light. UR localizer is captured. Sorry, localizer is captured. Runway is in sight. Yeah, I turned a little way too early, but right, we're correcting. And we're gonna intercept the localizer. Right, so captured. That going off to 2,000. 2,000 set. Good. We go gear down. Be checked. And 15 green light. Flap. Be checked. Flap 30. Speed 145. 6 calculated. Effect. Alright, 1,000 feet, ground altitude 2,000 is set, landing clearance received, and landing checklist. Speed brake armed, green light, and flaps 30 green light, gears down 3 green. Landing checklist complete. I don't know we're landing. Happy lights are off here.
500.
Continue, stabilized.
Approaching minimums.
Continue.
Minimums.
Continue.
Fifty, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reversers normal. $85. Go to the left. Found the brakes a little hard there. Welcome to Newark Liberty International. Flight time 54 minutes. Right off, Papa 3. Shot it just by 1. Clear to the left, clear to the right. And we're going to go ahead and continue taxi.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. Fifty, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Newark traffic, United 1833, clear across runway. Sorry, United 1833, clear across runway 22. Right, the 4 left. Crossing 4th left, United 1833. Alright, and we will leave it as is right now until we get across. And we'll start the clock. 3 minutes for brakes because we just got on those puppies. Remember, we're going to turn on to Alpha. Alright, clear the runway. Other radar off. Right radar off. Boom, boom. Go over to standby. Low light we don't need. There's enough visibility on the ground. We're looking fine. And we're taking gate Alpha. Alpha 22. Alright, let's go ahead and from air switch off. Let's get APU fired up. Let's stay on the center line here. This is our turn right here for Alpha 10. Here to the right. Oh no, stop, it's bugged. Sorry guys. Plane's just bugged a little bit. I'll tap the brakes. I have to give it some juice to get going. See, you see how it's vibrating like that? Sometimes after landing, the plane just bugs out a little bit. Not huge deal. And welcome to Newark, guys. Great flight. Can't stop the timing. Parking to gate 22. Actually, I will come off since we can just see perfectly fine since it's daytime. Okay, 22 is in sight. And 22. The marshaller in sight. Wait for N2 to reach under 20. Sorry about that. Both under 20. Anti-collision light off. Seatbelt sign off. They will go ahead, approach the aircraft, put the chocks on, set the chocks. Let's get the ground power coming. Request deboarding.
The boarding requested.
You on. Off.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Alright, and this is where we will leave it off, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. If you enjoyed the flight, please consider subscribing. I live stream fairly often. I'm making these more often.